Good morning, good morning. My name is LouAnn and welcome to my kitchen. The coffee is a brewing and you know there's some sweet iced tea in that icebox. Well, I decided to start our quilting adventure over again this year. So around the 20th, 22nd, somewhere in there, we will be going through this book. I'll try to show you a better photo at the end of the after all these lessons that is in this book. I will kind of show you the photo of the quilt, the sampler quilt that we will be making. I thought this is a beginner's guide. I'm sort of kind of beginner on quilting. I'm not 100%. I have quilted some in the past, but this book has 25 lessons in it, and it starts off with terminology. We all need to know terminology, so I thought I'd start off with that. It will probably take more than 25 months to finish, and hopefully everything won't go haywire and I get into well, we're going to do it. I'm going to try to keep ahead on all the lessons. So around the 20th, 22nd, somewhere there, like the 3rd or 4th Wednesday, we will be doing something out of that book, doing a lesson, or until we get to we'll start the lessons and after we get the terminology down. So that is just a heads up. I may do it on this post on a Sunday to get it going because of Crafting Sunday. I'm going to try to bring that back at least once a month, maybe twice a month, depends on the month and what's going on. So let's jump into the terminology. That is the first step. Applique is a very first term that we're going to learn, and it is a cutout piece of fabric that is sewn to a larger background of a piece of fabric. This is a set of overhauls I've done. These are kind of old, been through a lot of washing, when I do applique, my personal deal is I usually sew around using embroidery thread. Like I said, he's kind of raggedy. Santa's kind of raggedy on that. So next to the next one. The next terminology is backing, or the bottom layer of a quilt. That is what you call the back of a quilt. And this is a quilt, the bottom of a quilt that my mama made, the bow tie, which eventually we will get to that pattern. The next terminology is backstitch, which is a reinforcement stitch taken at the beginning and end of a seam to secure the stitches. Now I already did that a little bit, and yeah, I know it's not straight, but that is how I am. I'm learning to do the hand stitching before I go onto the machine. On your machine, to backstitch by the machine, usually the reverse stitching and stitch on top of previously sewn stitches. That's basically what it is. My machine does have a back stitch to it, but I usually don't use it. I don't know. I'm supposed to. But that is that terminology. Moving on to the next one is basting. Basting is a large running stitch used to temporarily secure pieces of layers of fabric together after permanent stitches secure the fabric or layers, removing basting stitches. So that is basting, similar, but the running stitch would be bigger. It'd be wider in between here, so to my understanding. So now the next one is batting.